All right, Tay, how's it going?
Doing pretty good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good, man. So for people who might not know who you are, you're the guy who had the incident with Blueface at the club where everything kind of went down, and we're gonna kind of just go over the whole situation and kind of let everybody know your side of the story and everything that happened, man. You want to give the fans and everybody an intro to who you are, where you grew up and what it was like for you?
Um, nah, I mean, I'm pretty much, I'm born from Vegas, grew up in Georgia, finished out high school here though, but a lot of people in Vegas know me. Um, so I'm pretty much a native of Vegas. That's pretty much it though.
Okay. Nothing else you want them to know about you?
Nah.
Okay. Well, let's get into that night or, I'm saying, your situation with Blueface, man. Was it your first time meeting Blueface that night, or how did everything start?
Yeah, so the night started off regular. I was already out and about. I just came back from out of town for a work trip. I was going out to trap karaoke or whatever. Um, After trap karaoke, I was just gonna go meet up with a girl, pick her up, and then go back to the house. That's where I initially met Blueface. Was at that club that night, for the first time ever. Like, we never had any
Okay.
words or anything like that.
Now, did you guys meet on like some friendly type of stuff, or did just the incident happen with you guys, or?
So basically, like, it wasn't the first interaction that we had at the club was friendly. I was walking to my car. I just let him know that I was a fan or whatever. He was outside by himself. I was just going outside to get some water or something. I just said that and I walked off and walked back in the club. And then that was the only interaction that we had that I could even remember.
Okay. And so something happens inside of the club, though. You guys have an argument or something?
Nah, that's a lie. So we never had any argument in the club. I never got pressed in the club. There was never any fight in the club. Um, Basically all that happened was I was in the club for about, I want to say about an hour, maybe two, maybe two. It started off as me just going to pick up my girl, and then it turned into me just like kind of lounging around a little bit with her because she wasn't ready to go. Uh, so then as we're about to leave, they tell everybody they have to leave out the side back door. Like I said, I haven't spoken to anybody. It's just me with a few other girls. No guys, no posse, no anything. Um, Walk outside, walk out the back door like they instructed us to. And then next thing I know, we walking around the corner. I got my girl around my arm. We just, me and her just talking. Uh, I do make a joke, but the way the media is trying to portray the joke and the way the police department kind of trying to portray the joke is like, it's not that. Like, nobody heard anything that I said. Uh, the joke was, me and my girl wrapped around each other's arm and I'm talking to her. And I let her know, like, he trying to get it in the car with a fat girl in a Honda. That's all. And then she like, you crazy. And we just started laughing or whatever. And then we walk around the corner, and then, like I said, it was kind of like a setup though. It was just like an ambush. Cause as soon as I walked around the corner, it was already a big group of people walking out the front door. Uh, and so me and my girl are walking arm in arm or whatever, uh, past the front door now. Blueface is on the corner. I'm walking past the front door now. And then next thing I know, I just get hit from behind or whatever on the side of my ear. Like somebody just punched me. Uh, and then yeah, it just I got hit me. I said, all right, I'm about to beat your ass. I pulled up my pants. I got ready to fight. And next thing I know, I'm getting jumped. And honestly, it all started because of a shirt I had on. I just had on a Playboy Bunny shirt. That's how all of this started. They thought I was from a rival gang or something. Didn't press me, didn't do any of that, you know what I mean, inside the club or even outside the club. Just hit me. I guess he had said some slurs to me, but since I don't gang bang, I didn't pick him up. You know what I mean? I'm just walking in my car.
So you got jumped. How many people do you think jumped you?
Not how many people I think jumped me. I seen the video. That's what I'm saying. It's a whole video that you guys don't see. That's why I say like it was no justice done on my behalf. That's why I don't rock with the DA either though, because it's so much other things that they could release and that they could do to make me look better or just show the entire situation. Um,
Uh, okay, but how many people did jump you? Can you say?
about 6.
About 6 people.
Yes, sir.
And Blueface was the first person to hit you.
Nah, Blueface wasn't the first person to hit me. He was just one of the people at the end, at the tail end, kind of instructing everybody on what to do. You know what I mean? So it was just one of those situations. Even on the video, you see him dap everybody up, like good job, you know what I mean? So it's like it is what it is, you know what I mean? People only see that one part of the video where you see me driving away. You don't see me getting my ass whooped and damn near dying out there. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Okay, now you get jumped. Now what do you do at this point?
Honestly, it's kind of a blur, but I get jumped and basically my girl helped me up. I'm kind of like, what the fuck happened? Because, you know, got my ass beat pretty bad if you see that video ever. She basically just like, shit, you just got jumped by Blueface in this gang. And she like, you good and shit like that? And I'm just like, what the like, I don't even know what's going on, honestly. I'm just like, I'm kind of mad. It's a lot of emotions going on. Like I said, my face is all swollen and teeth all bloody. I can't open my eye. Can't move my mouth. You know, I'm all beat up right now. Right. Just limping
Oh
to the
wow.
car.
So they beat you up pretty bad. Well, okay, damn.
Yeah. So I get to the car. I go to pull off, and when I pull off, like I said, I don't really know where I'm at. Like, this is my first time ever at this club. I've never been at this club before. It's a new club at the time. So I wasn't really sure where I was at. I go to drive up and like I see like pretty much the whole group of people that was already out there that beat my ass, you know what I mean? At the time I didn't know Blueface was right there or anything like that, you know what I mean? Like who the but all I say out the window is like who the jumped me? Like what the and next thing I know, a guy runs in the window, hitting me or whatever. And at that point, I just drop. I'm trying to drive off. I can't really see, so I'm going like this. And that's when the shots get let off and one grazed my hand.
Okay, so you didn't have plans to go run into Blueface or see Blueface or confront him or anything, is what you're saying.
Who is Blueface? Wow. At the time he was going viral for smoking a crack pipe. I, who's gonna run to go see Blueface? Like seriously, like no shade or nothing.
Well,
But
no. I meant to go get at him. You know what I mean?
I didn't even know it was him. You see what I'm saying? Like I was so concussed. Like I had a concussion and everything. Like I didn't know who he was. I didn't know anything. You know what I mean? I just see a mob of people. I just see a group of people over there. And like I said, I know they're the ones who jumped me. Like I don't know it's him over there. Why would I think a celebrity is beating my ass?
Uh, okay, and you're outside. You know, you're in your truck. You know, dudes run up on you, and you take off. And you know, and at this point, you know, I mean, you're probably like just trying to get out of there. I guess at this point, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And then you hear a shot.
I hear several shots.
Several shots.
I hear about 3 or 4 shots. Like I said, when I hear the shots, I dug down. My window's still down at this point. I dug down and I'm just trying to get up out of there. But I guess while trying to get out of there, like I said, I had been drinking prior to that. So trying to get out of there, I guess like I I hit something or whatever. I didn't know what I hit, but the car is now stopped. Everybody's now running up to my car, and like my car isn't driving. So at that point, I just like I see everybody running up with the guns, and I'm just trying to get up out of there. You know what I mean? Like I don't have a gun or anything on me, so it's like if I did, why wouldn't I be shooting back, or why wouldn't I shoot first without asking any questions? That it's just like logic has to take logic has to take priority at some point. You know what I mean? Uh, why would I walk up and get to talking instead of just shooting if I had a gun? So when his lawyer said that, that was just complete BS. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's just a whole bunch of stuff as far as that goes. It's just like BS. The joke, me starting to fight in the club, me getting, me being a gangbanger, me pressing him, or me just trying to run him over or something like that. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. And at the time, I have a great job on salary, making good money. You know what I mean? So it's like I have no reason to even put myself in jeopardy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, so now you take off and you get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
I take it. Okay, and at this point, what are you thinking? How you feeling? Once you actually get out of there.
At this point, like I just assume people I got paranoia and like I got paranoia at this time. Like I don't know what cars are following me, what's going on. All I know is my car is smoking. Well, the tire is at least. My car is smoking, it's not really driving properly, and I can smell the burning and all of that stuff. So at this point, like I said, I'm just trying to get up out of there. I'm just trying to get to safety at this point.
You said your car is smoking. Why was your car smoking?
Like I said, I don't know. I hit something trying to get out of there while ducking down or whatever. So it's like I don't know exactly what I hit, but when I hit whatever I hit, it's like it damaged the front fender of my car. So it's like
Okay.
I'm driving it, but I'm forcing it. You know what I mean? It's taking the thread off the tire. I don't know that at the time, but like I said, I smell the burn and I see the smoke. So,
Now, I believe you got skimmed when you got shot, or
yeah.
how bad
So
did you actually get shot?
yeah. So I got a graze on my hand or whatever. Uh, I didn't realize I had been shot until the following day. So that following, well, I mean, not even that following day, that same night, that same morning, you know what I mean? It all took place at night, early morning. So that same morning, uh, I realized that like I said, I can't see, I can't talk, I can't walk, all of that. And my lady is just like, she's looking at me kind of crazy because, like I said, she picked me up off the ground when I got jumped. So she just looking at me like hella crazy when she's seeing my hand all cut open and shit and bleeding like it is. She's just like looking at me hella weird, but I'm not sure why at this point. Fast forward a little bit where, like I said, it's a company truck. So that part of the story is correct. The job that I had supplied me with a truck where I could get around and, do the jobs I needed to do out of town and such and so forth. So I did have to report the vehicle. I did have to report the damages to the vehicle. But honestly, at this time, I don't even know where the vehicle is. So it's hard for me to even know where the car is. My girl has to tell me that. She tells me where I parked the car at because she told me to stop the car. um, so once she tells me that, I get a ride up there in the morning or whatever, and now I'm out there busted up hand, busted up face, and shit like that. Just reporting this shit to my job, letting them know what all took place, letting them know I got shot and shit like that. Because as soon as I walk up to the car, I see all the shell casings inside the car. I see where it grazed my window and shit like that and hit my sternum wheel. My sternum wheel's all blown out, blood all over the dashboard and shit like that. I didn't know any of that at the time because it was dark. It was pitch black. I didn't know any of that at the time. I'm just trying to, like I said, I'm just trying to get to safety or whatever. So when I finally get to the car that following morning, I realized that I have been shot. Like, what the so like I said, I had already let my job know the whole dealio or whatever. I just had to go up there and take the pictures of the car and stuff like that to let them know what happened. Told them everything, you know what I mean? Top to bottom, everything. And my job was still with me. Uh my job was still with me. They still kept me on. They was just making sure I was okay. Because they know the type of person I am. Fast forward 3 months later, after that situation, I lose my job because of the blog saying that I started the fight, I instigated the fight because of the joke, which is a complete lie. So it's like, you know, it's hard even working and shit like that because of how public this shit has become and just like how wild it has been going. You know what I mean?
Okay, now that morning,
hmm
do you go to the doctors? Do you go to the hospital? Or
Yeah. So
and you know, at what point do the police get involved?
so that morning I go to the ER, but it's a Sunday now. It's a Sunday. The police department closed at a certain time, and the little ER that I went to had a long ass wait line, this and that. So once I do that, get my X-rays and all that type shit, I then try to go to the police department, but they're closed. So I just wait until the next day to go up there. Um, I go up there the next day or whatever, um, and just say what happened. You know what I mean? Because I'm not sure what happened that night. And like I said, I had to report the vehicle to my job. So it's only right that I go in there and face up to whatever I did because I clearly hit something. You know what I mean? So I was just trying to cover my ass as well. You know what I mean? For my job, go in there and the police instantly grilled me. The police grilled me like they grilled me as if I shot my self or as if I shot up the club and then came there to be like, oh yeah, somebody shot up the club, but it's not me. Like that's some dumb shit. Like, so basically he just grilled me, and he puts me in handcuffs and basically just like tells me like, all right, I hear your story, but sounds like you're a gangbanger, sounds like you did this, sounds like you did that, and just wasn't even hearing me out. So I just said fuck it after that point. You know what I mean?
Okay, and what's it like explaining to your job that you got bullet holes in your company truck?
hmm That's what I'm saying. My job knows me. People know me. I'm not the type of person to start a fight. I'm not the type of person to be just shit talking and just being disrespectful for no reason. I don't have a reason to. I don't want anything he has. I don't want anything anybody has actually. So there's no reason for me to do that. My job, I thought had my back and knew who I was. That's why they kept me for another 3 months until March. Well, yeah, 3 months until March. So it's just like when I was explaining it to them, it was what is there to lie about? I showed them pictures of my face after it happened. I showed them pictures of my hand. I went to the doctor. I did everything I was supposed to do to cover my ass and show that I'm not lying about anything. You know what I mean?
How long do you end up staying at the police station?
I mean, honestly, bro, like I said, I'm arrested probably within 5 minutes of being there. And then I just tell them, just take me to jail. I'm done talking. I'm done talking, take me to jail. So I'm probably in there for maybe 20 minutes, 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And they release you, and what do they tell you when they
No, no,
release
no.
you?
They don't release me. They take me to jail because they say I have a warrant. So they
Okay.
just
So you
take
had
me to jail
something
because
else
they
going
say I
on.
have a warrant when I have a gunshot injury and shit like that, face up, all of that shit. They just like, you know what I mean, take me to jail and just tell me like it is what it is.
Okay.
So basically when the case finally hits the blogs several months after, it took place in October. It doesn't hit the blogs until, probably another month or two after. You know what I mean? Uh Once it hits the blogs, I'm in Chicago at the time. I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I don't know what charges. I don't know. They're even pursuing a case. So when the shit comes out and my name is released and shit like that, and I'm in a whole nother state and I haven't gotten a heads up or call of you sure or we need you to talk about this or whatever, it's already all over the media.
So they never came back and questioned you about that night or
No,
anything? Oh, okay. So you were probably pretty surprised when you found out he was arrested, I
exactly,
would take it.
especially for attempted murder.
Okay. And now he gets arrested. You know, we seen the video of him getting arrested. Him and I believe he was with Krishan when he got arrested. It was on video. And you know, what are you thinking at this time? How are you feeling about the situation?
Like I said, it's a whirlwind. As soon as it happens, like I said, my phone instantly blows up because my name is all over the press release. They say my whole name and shit like that. So I got the Las Vegas Review Journal. I got all these media outlets coming to my house and stuff like that, trying to get interviews and trying to get the inside scoop or whatever. And it's just like my phone, I'm getting so many messages on my phone. It says overheating. Like, come on now. Like, phone blowing up. People I know, making fun, asking what happened, people just trying to check on me, stuff all like that. You know what I mean? It's coming all different ways. But you know what I mean? Who wants that to be broadcasted while you out of town on business? Especially when you don't know it's about to
Yeah.
happen.
How long did it take you to recover from your injuries?
It took me about, I want to say a good month really to kind of get back right. It was a graze. It's not a life threatening issue, but it is to my hand. You know what I mean? And honestly, it was a lot closer to hitting elbow and shoulder than anything. Uh, but yeah, it just grazed my hand, but it still took a damage on me. I had a few minor, I would say minor to serious aftermaths of it. Where, like I said, the paranoia, my head was like shaking weird for a while. Nerves just wasn't right all the way. You know what I mean? Walk was still a little funny for a while. But at this time, I'm not trying to lose my job, so I'm going back to work, and I'm trying to just, I'm trying to just get through it.
Yeah, I hear that. You know, things go on, and you know, at one point, are you contacted by the police again for this, or asked your side again, or anything?
The only time I'm contacted again by the police is when they're about to do his first arraignment, and they're about to just say what plea agreement they're about to give him. That's it. Like I said, that's when I seen the video of me getting my ass whooped. That's when he basically just told me, hey, this is what the state is offering him, probation and this and that. I'm just like, I don't care. That's literally what I told him. I don't give a like y'all not doing shit no way. Y'all not doing y'all job, so I don't really give a like, you know what I mean? Uh it is what it is. I didn't give about that shit. And like I said, I wasn't included on any of that, so it just is what it is on that part as well.
Okay, and now the day comes. He's getting sentenced,
Yeah.
and you know, did they invite you to come, or is that just something you wanted to do on your own?
Um so they tell me that it's beneficial for me to come, number one. Um but they don't tell me that. I don't find out about when when my victim impact statement is supposed to be released or anything. I find that out the night before. I find that out literally the night before. But I'm moving, so I wasn't really paying attention to it. Like I wasn't tripping on it. When my lawyer texts me like, "Hey, do you want to do your impact statement or whatever?" Um, so when he texts me again at 8:30 and the meeting starts at 9:15 or something, I'm already at work. Like I forgot about it. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, yeah, whatever, I'll go. Whatever, I'll go. You know what I mean? He gonna be in there, whatever, I'll go. It's my first time seeing him since the whole incident happened. I got a lot of emotions built up. I got a lot of, my head is I'm just steaming, really, honestly. I'm just mad. So when I go in there, I change my clothes in the car, I go up in there, and then basically like I said, I'm just like, I don't know what I want to do all the way up until I go up in there. I don't have any set things to say. I don't have any script to go off of. Nobody told me to take the selfie, this or that. Like, I didn't have anything planned to say. I didn't know what I was supposed to say. I didn't know how it was supposed to go, honestly. Uh, but at the end of the day, when I took that selfie, when I finally got a chance to see him, I wanted to throw my middle finger up in the selfie. But when you see the bailiff come up, I thought he was about to grab me, and I wasn't trying to go back to jail. I was on my break. So, uh, and like I said, this is my first time getting a job in 5 months since that whole incident when I lost my job in March. So it's been pretty tough. I'm not trying to lose another good job over some bullshit. But at the end of the day, I didn't know what I wanted to do when I was in that courtroom. You know what I mean? Uh, I really just wanted to jump over the table and get at him. But that ain't gonna help me either. Uh, Selfie probably wasn't the right thing to do either. But I don't know. It was just a impulse thing, so I could live with that.
Okay, you posted with the caption, pussy ass dude.
Nigga, but yeah. I think he a clown,
Yeah,
honestly. I just think he a
I'm not
clown,
gonna
just the way
say
he
it.
carry himself, just the way he move. But it's just me, you know what I mean? Not everybody agrees with what I say. Not everybody agrees with how I come off. At the end of the day, I'm just a man. I'm not trying to act super tough or anything like that. I'm just Tay. You know what I mean? I can't be nothing other than that. I can't help that people are intimidated by me or whatever. You know what I mean? I can't help that people don't press me or don't ask me, "Hey, do you gang bang?" Like normal LA protocol is. You know what I mean? They too scared to do any of that. So it's like, honestly, I'm not trying to be tough. I'm not trying to be any of that. I'm just a man. He bleeds the same way I bleed. Hey, everybody got a day. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? That's really how I feel. If I had a one-on-one fight with him, I'd dog walk his punk ass for real. But it is what it is. So.
He gets 24 to 60 months suspended sentence. And you're not too happy about that.
Well, no, it wasn't about the sentencing. And I think that's where people are kind of confused about. Like I said, it was my first time seeing him in general. But like I said, I have fault cases. I know other people who have battle cases, and like I said, for uh, a bullshit domestic, you'll get more time. For a regular Joe carrying a firearm, you'll get more time. This dude do bullshit all over the globe, and it's just accepted. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. It's just I'm calling out the hypocrisy of it. That's all. It's just stupid. It's just dumb. I knew the justice system wasn't on my side in the first place, but that was just my chance to vent and get it off my chest, like I said.
Okay, and you get there, you know what I'm saying, you go up there, you kind of go off on the judge. And she tries to explain herself and said that it's not about him being a celebrity.
But we can all say that's bullshit, right?
I
I
mean, I
mean, I mean, honestly though, $5,000 to bail out. I've had that higher for other bullshit I've done. It's like, come on now, like let's be real about that. Like shit like that is laughable. But it's like at the end of the day, probation is whatever it is. Like I don't care about his punishment. Like what I was trying to get across was I know if this was me in those same situations, if I shot him in the club with crowded people or whatever, or I did whatever the he does or whatever, it's like it's not gonna be looked at the same. So it just is what it is. You know what I mean? It's really not about the sentencing. It's like it's way more personal than that now. You know what I mean? So I don't really care about the sentencing. I was just, like I said, trying to call out the hypocrisy of the whole thing.
Okay. And you got quite a bit of backlash for taking the selfie.
Yeah, but it is
How'd
what
you
it
feel
is.
about that?
It is what it is, you know what I mean? You can't convince people on the internet of anything, you know what I mean? They just gonna run with it, they gonna talk, they gonna do what they gonna do. I'm a regular person just like them. I would like to
Do
see
you
what they
regret
would do in those same situations, that's all.
do you regret taking the selfie looking back on it?
Like I said, I don't think it was the best thing to do, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I can say
And
that looking back hindsight now. Like I can say that looking back, like it wasn't probably the best thing to do, but at the end of the day, shit is what I did. And I'm gonna live with it. It's cool.
somebody posted saying that, should Blueface give you a one-on-one?
Why shouldn't he? He
You
should.
replied to that.
Yeah, I mean, because like I said, at the end of the day, I mean, like I said, I'm just a man, and all it is just give me a level playing field, and let's see how it really goes. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. People just, like I said, like to talk on the internet or like to act so big and bad or whatever. And I'm a real life person, so whatever I say on the internet, I can say in person. I can do in person.
Now, going through this, were you kind of surprised about all the blogs picking it up and all the media attention that it got?
A little bit. I was kind of like I said, I was just kind of disappointed at kind of how some of the narratives are. You know what I mean? Because if a rapper gets shot, it's like, oh man, we gotta stop shooting these rappers and this and that. But if a rapper do some dumb shit, it's just like, hey man, you gotta move a little bit better, and we don't know what this person did or didn't do or whatever. And it's just like that's bullshit. It's bullshit. Call a spade and let's keep it pushing. You know what I mean? And if it's a popularity contest, I'll never win that. But if you want to put hands on it, I could do that. So ain't tripping on that.
Now, I believe the club got shut down afterwards, after this happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you been back to the club since then? Or any other clubs? Or,
Yeah,
what's your.
I'm always
Ha,
out.
ha,
Right after this happened, like I said, I was in LA, Chicago, everywhere. I haven't not been anywhere. You know what I mean? Memphis. I've been all over the place. I've been all over the place. I've been outside in Vegas. It's been a year or so. I've been places, a lot of places.
okay. Man, is there anything else you want to add before we get out of here?
Hmm? Nah, like I said, I just came on this show though, because I am a big fan of yours. But I also came because I felt like it'd be a chance for me to just get my side out there. People are trying to run with these weird, wild narratives that I'm some game banger, that I started it, that I, do this or that. And it's like I just came on here to give the real, like, because everybody gonna say what they gonna say, but it's like I can come back with receipts. I have pictures of how I was looking. The DA has the video of how the I got my ass beat. Like I said, I'm still surprised that didn't get released or whatever. But stuff like that, it's like I have no reason to lie. I didn't rat on anybody. You know what I mean? I don't have any dealings with this fool. You know what I mean? Like, my partner. Like, we not from the same gang. It ain't like no Takashi shit. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So, I mean, like I said, I live with every decision I make, and so will every man in this world.
How do you feel about everybody calling you a snitch?
I don't care. I don't care because, like I said, those be the same people who never did shit in their life and try to live by some dumbass code, or some people who just talking on the internet who probably don't even have friends, or probably who probably work for the police department or some shit. I don't really care about that. Like, calling me a snitch is just a word. Like, that doesn't bother me. Like, it doesn't bother me. Nobody ever called me a snitch to my face, so that's all I gotta say about it.
Well, man, wild story, man, wild night. I'm sure it's something you'll probably remember for a while.
And that's kind of why I
Um,
took the picture too. So I can remember his face. That's why I said I wanted to throw the middle finger up in it so I could just remember him, take a picture of it. Don't want to forget the face.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add before we get out of here?
No, that's it.
Well, Tay, I appreciate you sharing your story. Wild story, man. And hopefully everything, works out for you. Hopefully you're doing a lot better and things get a lot better for you.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate you.
All right.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon. So hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.